Hey, every pony out there that views the internet and has unfortunately stumbled onto this podcast. This, my friends, is the first episode of my new podcast, Bronies. First off, who the hell am I? Well, my brony alias name is Pickle, just the word pickle. I believe I first got the name when I joined FimFiction.net in December of 2011. And I kind of snatched it up on other pony websites as I progressed into the fandom. So if you find anyone out there named Pickle, it's probably me. Don't be afraid to send me a friend request or anything. I'd love to talk with some of you guys. Now, first off, I haven't really done anything notable in the Brony community. I've written some fan fictions here and there. I've drawn some pictures, but nothing really too big. Now, on Bro Needs, first off, I actually want to say that if any of you want to be a guest or a partner on Bro Needs and you'd like to talk with me about anything after you listen to this episode, think you like it, here's some stuff you don't like, here's some stuff that you think can improve, hit me up. Maybe you could be on here. So yeah, moving on. On Bro Needs, I'm going to discuss interesting things about certain episodes. Obviously, since season 2 is now over, I can't really discuss newer episodes as they come out, but I'm going to be discussing some interesting things about other episodes. I'm also going to be discussing fan fictions, art, news, the whole shebang. So let's dive right in. Uh, you know, First off, as all of you should remember, episode 15 of season 1, titled Feeling Pinky Keen, this is the episode where we were introduced to the Pinky Census. Yes, everyone's favorite little quirk about Pinkie Pie. At least it's one of mine. I really like it, and I really enjoy seeing it and how they've used it in other episodes, like The Mysterious Mary Do Well. It's that continuity with the show that really keeps me coming back for it. Um, with the episode, though, Twilight tries to figure out the Pinky Census and inevitably fails, as we all know, to where it leads her to write a certain controversial letter to Princess Celestia. And I quote, the letter goes, "Dear Princess Celestia, I'm happy to report that I now realize there are wonderful things in this world you just can't explain, but that doesn't necessarily make them any less true. It just means that you have to choose to believe in them." This actually made many of the more religious bronies and parents out there quite peeved due to the fact that the episode is basically saying, even though you can't prove something, believe in it, and don't bother ever trying to prove it right. This Many of the older viewers associated it with religion, and Faust got a bunch of hate from this. Now, while I won't argue whether or not the episode did touch it in some gray area, I think that the whole situation is just a good example of how the different perception that older bronies have from the younger female audience that it was actually intended for. I find it a little hard to believe that the young girls who watched the episode really connected it with religion. They probably just like the fact that Twilight, the smarter unicorn, was proven wrong by the silly pink fluffy pony that makes silly noises and eats all the cupcakes all the time. They just like to have fun, and they just like to watch it for their laughs. Although Lauren Faust later apologized for the message's misinterpretation, as a community, bronies need to remember that the show isn't just straight up directed towards them. Even though like bronies are the essence of its success and growth, there will always be the younger girls who watch it. Even if it was directed towards us, though, we wouldn't even be able to call it My Little Pony anymore. We would have to call it My Little Shipping Ponies, shipping ship, magic ship. These ponies are lesbians, ship. For instance, like with the Derpy episode, though, going off that one, how they changed the voice actors or something. I'm really not sure really where they went with that. But all I know is it wasn't something to where they just kicked Derpy out of the show. Yet everyone was acting like she was just like thrown out, was never going to be put in the show again. We need to remember that we need to be thankful that they at least created the show for us instead of giving them just so much grief whenever they change one little thing. Well, this has been the little philosophical perception time thingy of this episode. Now moving on to my featured fanfic. The one fic that I picked today, or at least for my first episode, this one is phenomenal. It's a hilarious satire written by the author Sir Ostentatious, and it's titled Here I go. Ultra Eternal Prodigal Furious Very Big Sonic Fearless Perpetual Heroic Epic Legendary. Mouthful. Or you can just call it OOP5 for short. It's a little acronym right there. And it's probably one of the most cleverly written stories out there in the pony fanfic world. It's a comedy, but unlike most, it's a satire. And the point is, it's satire the crap out of the whole the hero is perfect adventure kind of situation. It'll overanalyze something so minimal that's not really necessary, and then really just skip over something so important. But it's just great. You need to check it out. But one thing I do want to say though is I believe the reason that this fanfic hasn't got as much praise as it should have is because it's completely OC. There's only original characters, and you won't see any Twilight Sparkle, won't see Rarity, any of your favorites. Not even as far as like background pony. But you really trust me, it's worth it. And can you go wrong trusting a guy with a podcast and a microphone? Please. I think I've made my point. Check it out. The first chapter of the book is called Book 1, Part 1, Chapter 1, Episode 1, Prologue. To fight for valor, or to fight for glory, or to fight for valorous glory, or to fight for glorious valor. And it can be found on finfiction.net, Equestria Daily, and I believe Google Documents. Again, that's the Ultra Eternal, Prodigal, Furious, Very Big Sonic, Fearless, Perpetual, Heroic, Epic, Legendary by Sir Ostentatious. Now, this episode's questionable question of questioning. That was me trying to do sound effects. Didn't work. Pretty much, I'm going to ask you guys, as an audience, an open-ended question that has really no right answer. And you guys are going to leave me comments, whatever you find funny, scary, whatever you believe to be correct about it. Pretty much, and any of them that I find hilarious, or makes me laugh, or makes me, I don't know, crap my pants. Whatever, you know, yeah, I'm going to post in the next episode. So make them good, guys. Now, for the question. First off, my question is going to be, if you were to become a pony and sent to Equestria, what do you think would be the worst part about it? The worst part. For me, this one's very easy. I eat meat like no one else. So I could not deal with all the flour sandwiches and daffodil and daisy salads and all that. I couldn't do that. I mean, I guess I could probably live off cupcakes if I wanted to get diabetes within the first month me living there. But yeah, I don't think that would work out too well. I'd have to like pack me some meat and be a recluse whenever I eat dinner, I guess. Well, you've heard what I've had to say, so don't copy my answer, don't copy off your neighbor's answer, and please show all your work when completing the equation. Well, it seems my unofficial time is out for right now. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Bronies, and be sure to check back later for the episode 2, where hopefully I will have someone else on with me. So yeah, send me a message if you want to be on here, answer the question, check out the fic, think about that whole Pinky Keenan deal right there, and I guess I'll see you guys later.